Today, I want to talk about sentimental miniatures. So, these are things like pictures that just like mean a lot to you, and they're so easy these days to incorporate into your miniature world. So, thanks to my Auntie Jan in Ontario, she dug out some photos for me. And I also have some photos of my husband's family here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to frame them so that they can be hung up inside of one of my doll houses. These photos are all nostalgic, but you could even use like modern day photos of your children or your grandchildren or your friends or people you love. So I have these little frames here that are made out of plaster of Paris that my friend Pat from the Miniature Club has some molds, so she made me a few frames. Look how beautiful they are. So there's not just frames in there, there's other things that can be used to maybe make mantelpieces or window trimmings. So what I did was is I took a bunch of photos and put them all on a memory stick. I took them to Walmart because they've got a photo lab there. There's drugstores here in town that also have photo labs. And I just put 9 photos on one sheet, and I think it cost me 59 cents for that sheet of photographs. Pretty good. So there you go. But I mean, you don't really need to just do photographs. I mean, you could take pictures, or rather take photographs of crayon drawings that your grandkids or your kids have done in school that you normally hang on your refrigerator, and then shrink them down this way by just taking them to a photo place and making them tiny. Or I mean, some people have the ability to do this at home with their own printers as well. So I just don't have a printer that's good enough to print photographs. So what I'm doing here is I took a mixture of burnt umber and black paint and just kind of mixed it together, and I'm just it's kind of my go-to way of doing frames. However, it's kind of hard to film when I've got the iPad in one hand and the paintbrush in the other hand. So yeah, so I'm just basically painting both the front and the back of these little frames just to give them some nice color. And they don't have to be plaster frames either. I'm just happen to be using what I have. So here you go. I've painted them all, and I've got them sitting on a piece of parchment paper, and I'm just gonna wait for them to dry. And once they're dried, then we can make a little bit of magic with them. So what I've done is they've all dried, and I've now glued the photographs into the back of them. So I just want to show you these photographs here. So the one on the left here, this is my mom when she was a little girl. And she gave me this pin years and years and years ago. And I thought, oh, that's just perfect. I'm going to put that in the dollhouse. And then this little photo of the little boy in the snowsuit, that's something I found that at a charity store. And then the other picture is just a frame that I found again at a charity store. So you can see here, these are actually links off of a bracelet, a photo. The guy on the left was my grandpa, and he was so cool. When I was a little girl, he used to say, "Look down the hose and tell me when the water's coming." And we'd fall for it every time. And this is my parents' wedding day photo. I think that's just gorgeous. And this is my grandparents' wedding day photo. And this is my husband's parents' wedding day photo. Now, I never got an opportunity to meet either one of my husband's parents, but what a lovely way to honor him, because I'd like his family to also be included in my miniature world. So this is kind of my go-to method of antiquing frames. So it doesn't matter if they're popsicle frames. These chalk writers are just beautiful because look how shiny the gold is on them. So I've got a couple different techniques that I use for finishing off these kind of frames. So this one here on the left of my grandparents, that one I did in a gold permanent marker. So just kind of ran the gold permanent marker over the top of it. Now there's my parents' photo on the left and my husband's parents on the right. And you can see, look how different that exact same frame looks using those two different pens. So it just gives it like just a, I don't know, a nice antique look in my opinion. As I say, I've also used this exact same technique by using popsicle stick frames that I glue lace to, and then I rub the gold over it. So you can see here my little treasure of all my little family artifacts. I've got lots more that I'd like to do of my great grandparents as well. And my children. I'd love to put my kids' baby pictures in. Thank you so much for watching today. Please like and subscribe and tell your friends about my channel. Have the best day ever.